the beautiful Alicia Fox.
Spoke to you and said this, Bob, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Loaded up with alcohol, more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
3 ain't enough now, I need 5. Welcome in Jim, Ryan, Matt, Tim, and intern Mark.
And after tonight, none of you in this ring will ever be the same again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday, live right here on our Facebook page. It is, right here on our Facebook page. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2019. We are the podcast of the millennium. Tonight we have tons to talk about, including an indie-rific weekend, KofiMania within reach, and Brie Mode No Mo. But first, our show is brought to you by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out their Facebook page where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. There you will find pillows and stools featuring your favorite sports teams. Also, you will see sets with your kid's favorite cartoon or movie characters. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to ngscsports.com, find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage, and place your order. NGSC Sports is our home network. Make sure you check out their site as well, ngscsports.com. Our homepage, 3countthursday.com. That is always the number 3, never the word. Follow us on all of our social media. Check out our merchandise at whatamaneuver.net, our Patreon page, patreon.com/3countthursday. Subscribe to us on all your podcast platforms. Check out our YouTube channel and much, much more. Again, all of that can be found at 3countthursday.com. Boys, how you doing this week?
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Hi, Tim. What a maneuver.
What a maneuver.
What a maneuver.
Happy Pie Day, everybody.
I love pie.
God. What is your favorite type of pie? You know what? Actually, save that. I feel like we ought to have The Rock's Pie queued up if we're going to talk about pie.
Let me
So we can. What a great song. What is that from Themes 5?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Volume
it's
5.
Volume 5, the Pie album.
What an awful album.
It's tough to be The Rock.
It is tough.
Oh, yes.
He loved pie.
It really is.
I don't think he was talking about
before we get
pie.
into the pie discussion, because I think it'd be only fair for Matt to have him on the call when we start talking about pie. But let's go ahead and let's talk about some indie shows because
Matt loves pie.
Matt does love pie because there's a lot.
I wish Mark would be here to talk about it, but he likes strudel.
He does like strudel.
Sick freak.
There is lots.
Literally 2 minutes into the show, we're talking about food.
Lots of independent wrestling
record.
this weekend here in the Northeast Mid-Atlantic.
Everywhere.
We are going to talk about the show you're going to be calling, Ryan. We'll do that last. Let's knock out all these other ones. Starting tomorrow night in Hanover, PA at the Hanover Armory is Adrenaline Championship Wrestling, and then Adrenaline's right back at it on Saturday night from the American Legion Post 109 in Halethorpe, Maryland.
Back to back.
And then you have, of course, the world-famous Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey. This is their monthly show, and I think some TV tapings as well. I believe that's part of their their schedule. So make sure if you're in the Paulsboro, New Jersey area, check out the world-famous Monster Factory. We also are spotlighting the Valor Pro Wrestling St. Patrick's Day Massacre 3 at the Voney Grimes Gym in York, PA. That is Saturday night. PPW Throwdown on 5th Street Saturday from the Holy Family Academy in Hazleton, PA.
Just saw that they unfortunately had a cancellation. Caitlin I believe,
Oh,
jumped
no.
out of that show.
Oh, no.
Replaced, and I think upgraded with Mercedes Martinez.
Blip, 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 blip.
Yes, the new
Try again.
wrestler. Jesus Christ! Just somebody say it for me.
Mercedes Martinez.
There it
we
is.
go.
What was I doing? I was.
You were
I don't know
having
what
a
you were
John
doing.
I was.
Travolta moment. The
Mercedes
Mercedes.
Martinez.
You were trying to get
Martinez.
Martinez out
Yes,
before
Martinez.
the Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's
The
not
wicked
Mercedes
talented
Martinez.
There you
Adele
go.
Dazeem.
Again, full information and where you can find tickets to all of these shows can be found on our website, 3countthursday.com. Head over to the upcoming independent show page, and there'll be links to everything coming up. And that even goes. I need to update that page a little bit, but there is plenty of shows up there through the next couple of months.
Shows aplenty.
And then Ryan, the show that you will be on the call for, as you are for every ACW and Rogue Women Warriors show,
with other James.
unless you blow your ankle out at the Burger King.
That was once.
One time.
It's been over 2.5 years with him now.
That's awesome.
God bless.
But they're presenting Fight Fiction Saturday at the Stevens Fire Hall in Stevens, PA. Ryan, tell them a little bit.
Yeah, a little
about
to the
what people are
flavor
gonna
of
see.
Pulp Fiction, if you will. It's a really cool little banner. I enjoy it.
Yeah, now that I never really made the connection because I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
that's fine.
But if you look at the
Yeah.
poster,
It's Pulp Fiction.
yeah, I'm an
esque.
idiot.
No, you're not, Jim. I don't want you
No,
to
I'm
think that.
I'm stupid. It's okay, but
No,
tell the
come
people what they can
on.
see.
We have the returning Queen Aminata. She's taking on Danny DeVille. Twisted Tate is taking on Matt Wild. A couple of the newcomers in a triple threat match. Frankie Malibu and
A triple threat
a
match.
triple threat match.
There you go.
And Saren Faust and Jack Hershey, the guy from Hershey, Pennsylvania, comes out like throwing Hershey kisses to the
Oh,
crowd.
there you go.
People like him. The winner of that match ends up taking on Scotty Jeffries, who's still the ACW Tri-State champion somehow. Somehow. Again, there's going to be cocks not jerkled around at the truck stop this Saturday night because Scotty Jeffries won't be there. Jerkled around. That's what he
Okay.
does.
He jerkles them around.
He jerkles them around. It's a really cool trick that he does. It's
Wow.
It's fucking. It's
You've
Jerkle
seen
and
it?
jerkle.
Have you seen
Jerkle
it?
and jerkle. Huh?
You've seen
I've
it or heard about
Truckers
it?
Did you
have told
leave
me
a
about
Yelp
it.
review?
Huh?
Did you Yelp
Truckers
review?
have. I have not. I have not. He uses it for gel in his hair. Never mind.
Oh.
Tess Valentine has got a tough challenge ahead of her as she puts up the Rogue Women's Championship against a mystery opponent.
Ooh.
I don't know who it is.
It's a
You don't
mystery.
know.
I don't know who it
It's a
is.
mystery. We don't know who it's going to be.
Could be anybody.
Lady Frost, who was just in on Raw, actually, part
Yes,
of the No
yes,
Way
yes,
Jose conga line with other people. Taking on Missy Sampson, kind of a veteran of the sport, Missy Sampson. Amy Lee, who's one of my favorites. Absolutely love Amy Lee. Taking
From
on
Evanescence?
Rebecca Payne. A little bit different.
Okay,
A little bit different.
okay.
This one's a little rougher around the edges, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Grimm's going to be in action. Trixie Tash is taking on Max. And in the main event, we have
The main event of the evening.
Dame Smith, who is the Cruiserweight champion,
Okay.
taking on Victor Benjamin, who again was seen on Raw
Yes.
just
Yes.
this past week with Andrew Backlund, who was seen on Raw, and Laszlo Arpad
Yes.
was seen on Raw.
Part of the what was it, the
Guardians, the
Guardians of the Independent scene.
Yes.
Independence Scene.
Yes.
Yes.
If they're smart, those three travel the towns together. They make a shirt of a Guardians of the Galaxy
Would be
ripoff
smart.
logo, and they get that money. Guys, if you know any of them,
I know we know all of them.
the three that we mentioned.
then
we know.
guys, just take my idea, put
Take
a
it.
little ribbon around it,
Ribbon
and just
around
be
it.
like, here.
There it is. Make a T-shirt.
Sprinkle that 3 count dust. Is there such a thing?
There is.
Sprinkle
is
that
salt.
what a
It's
maneuver
just salt.
dust. What a maneuver dust on them.
Just it's
salt.
salted eraser sodium. They're all taking on Bro Keller, who is the heavyweight championship.
Bro.
All of the championships are on the line in this match.
So
Winner take all,
So the
or-
winner takes.
No clue.
Okay.
Craziness.
Craziness.
It could be multiple pin. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Do you know? I
Cats
don't.
and dogs
Just
living
got to
in
get to
harmony.
Stevens and
You've
find
got to
out.
get to Stevens and find out. Stevens, Pennsylvania, this Saturday. I believe doors are at 6.
What's that address?
Doors at 6. Bell time 6:30.
It's the
gonna make me
Stevens
read
Fire
that damn
Hall.
address.
You
Stevens
find
Fire
this?
Hall, 91 Stevens Road, Stevens, Pennsylvania 17578.
Yeah.
So yeah, get out there.
I'm sorry, I don't know
I'll
what
probably
that
be
was.
at the ACW show.
Oh, you will, won't you?
Big Jim.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out there. I'm gonna head out there.
Charlotte
I'll see,
Banana.
I gotta get.
This Saturday also Evolve if you're in the New York area running in
oh,
Queens.
See,
yeah.
let's get Matt in here. Matt's on the line. I think we got
Matt, where
Matt,
are you?
Are you with us, Matt?
Hello.
I'm with you.
Hey.
Lord. Hi, Lord.
I knew I was going to forget a show. Tell them about Evolve, Rent. What'd you do?
Nothing. I just moved on.
Oh, Evolve 123, 124 in Boston, Massachusetts on Friday, and in New York on Saturday. These
You're caught
are
up in your phone chart.
These are the events that are showcasing the current NXT North American Champion Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
Friday is the dream
Tomorrow.
match of all dream matches. It is North American Champion Velveteen Dream taking on the Independent Wrestling.tv champion, the darling of the internet, the one and the only freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Love Orange Cassidy. I love Orange Juice.
Orange Julius,
Orange
everything.
Julius
Wait, is there still Orange Julius?
Yeah.
Not around here, I don't think.
Oh, man. Those were tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
but
just depressed Jim.
But yeah, tons of independent wrestling here in the Northeast. As we always say, if you're not in our region, but you and you don't know where there's a indie company near you, hit us up, and we'll do our best to find one for you, because it's super important to support independent wrestling.
It's important.
Matt, I have a very important question for you.
Fire away.
What's your favorite pie?
I'm gonna go with peach.
Peach pie.
I was not expecting a peach pie here tonight.
That.
I didn't want. What time is it right now?
It is 9:43 in
I
the
didn't
evening.
think it was going to take me 13 minutes
shut
to
your
get
mouth.
up
No,
from
no.
my chair.
It really
and
is.
Slam my hoodie
Oh
on
no!
the ground.
Don't.
Peach.
Not when the music's playing, Tim.
Electrifying man
I
in
got a
all
lot
of
left to get
showbiz.
hot about.
You see, when The Rock gets too much of the fame and all the bright lights.
Horribly awful
So
song.
bad.
I
man.
love it. I know the words, and it's not.
I'm not shocked by that at all, Tim.
Tim, since you have such a big problem with the peach pie,
Please stop.
Can I help? Wait a minute. Aren't you the famous Rock?
Yeah, The Rock, the people's champ in the house. What's happening,
God,
Slick?
hey, how you doing, guy? Listen, you got to take a picture before you leave, guy.
Whoa, The Rock don't want to take pictures. The Rock just wants a piece of pie. You got any of that in this bakery?
I got every kind of pie you can think of. I got strawberry pie, blueberry pie, apple
Blueberry?
pie.
What? Oh, no. Whoa. Actually, Slick, it doesn't matter what type of pie you have. Let The Rock tell you a little story about pie.
So, when you talk pie, all the different types of flavors of pie, to me, there is one that is head and shoulders above the rest.
And that would be
The pumpkin pie.
See, it's weird.
Fresh, warm pumpkin pie with cool whip on the top.
I love pumpkin pie, but like whenever people just talk about pie, I usually forget about pumpkin pie.
Not around me, you won't.
I love pumpkin.
Probably because sweet potato pie is better than pumpkin pie.
You know,
I'm sorry, we're having connectivity troubles. We just lost Matt.
It's too early to accidentally hang up on Matt.
under his kill it.
But Matt, if you take that attitude again, the
My
phone might
goodness.
accidentally hang up.
I mean, throw it out on Facebook. I'm not alone on this.
I feel
I think
like
you're alone
pumpkin
on
pie,
the peach pie, but you may not be alone on sweet potato greater than pumpkin. I mean, you're all collectively wrong.
For those who are following along in the live video, pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, like which is better, pumpkin or sweet potato pie? If you're following along in the live video, give it a like, give it a share, get as many people in here.
Do it.
In my humbled opinion, I would prefer pumpkin over sweet potato pie. Right. All that being said, pumpkin is just like goop dropped into a fucking
It's delicious, Goop.
pie shell. Like it's not even like good pie.
Yeah, it is.
Why do you
What do you mean good pie?
How do
Like
I hang up
good
on
pie
Ryan?
has a nice lattice over top of it. Your lattice, you don't get lattice on a pumpkin pie.
No, I don't
You
need
do
lattice.
get delicious looking lattice in a cherry pie, which is obviously the correct answer
Lattice
to what
lattice
the best
sounds
type
a
of
lot
pie
like
is.
lettuce, which is like a salad, which is not pie. So you can check
That's
that
way too
opinion
much.
at the door.
That's way too much dough. It's
Absolutely
way too
not.
much dough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pumpkin. I'm gonna go pumpkin as the premier pie. Pumpkin pie is good year round. You can have pumpkin pie year round as well, Charlie.
Yeah, that's one of the misnomers that I liked. Let's take a detour from wrestling, shall we? Nobody said that you can't have turkey other 11 days out of the year.
I have months. I have turkey whenever I damn well want to.
Yeah, like if I want to go and get a turkey, a little butterball, and bring it back and then cook that jank.
Yeah.
I can do that on like tomorrow.
I can do that on April 3rd.
April whenevers.
You know what?
WrestleMania Thanksgiving.
Oh, dude! I think we just found a new tradition in the
A tradition unlike any other.
The 3 count.
We're just
going to
do a Friendsgiving.
I was going to fight
April.
this, but you just won me over.
Fucking
with
hell! Now that is
with
what
WrestleMania giving.
WrestleMania, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It may have to start next year because Lord only knows what we're all doing for WrestleMania this year.
WrestleMania, according to WWE.com, WrestleMania starts at 5:30 Eastern this year.
The pre-show. That would be pre-show, right?
5:30 on the website. It says WrestleMania starts at 5:30. Holy cow.
Wait.
No, that sounds about right, though. Like 6 hours. That's what it was last year, right?
Bruh, it's going to go till like 1 a.m. There's already combining the announced matches and the speculated matches. Right. There are 16 matches at WrestleMania.
If you're in the live, you're going to have to get there at like 11 a.m.
Saturday.
Probably 9 to
yeah,
get
you're
through
gonna
security.
have to get there. You're going to have to get there Saturday.
Yeah.
Jeez,
we should also not forget that this weekend, not only is today Pie Day, this weekend St. Patty's Day. So there's obviously some like music that goes along with that.
What the hell is this?
You'll hear it when it kicks in. What's Tim doing?
Thought he was having a heart attack. I wasn't sure what was going on.
You can't.
Almost let me
I might have hit my chest a little too hard. I'm sorry.
In a fat studio, you can't.
We're going to lose him.
Tim hurt himself.
He's hurt. Tim, do you need an ice pack?
Tim hurt himself.
Is there a doctor in the house? Jesus.
I beat the shit out of my chest.
It just replayed on here. Yeah. You went to town, brother.
I beat Tina. God.
This is a great theme.
This is a great theme.
And now we're doing Finley. Why didn't you start with Finley so I didn't have to beat myself up on camera?
I didn't know you were going to club yourself in the chest.
Well, I didn't know that you were going to make me do it with your musical box.
I didn't make anyone do anything.
You
Matt,
put Sheamus on the table.
Matt, did you beat yourself up at your house because I put that music on?
He's married with a wife.
He's married with a wife.
Ryan's not. He didn't beat the holy hell out of himself.
I've got a heart condition. Here. You know that.
Ryan beats himself enough away from the show.
Zing. Thanks so much. Now, what was the difference between Sheamus's theme, or I'm sorry, Finley's theme, and Hornswoggle's theme? Because I feel like they were the same.
No.
Not even close.
Definitely not even close. Nope.
Close.
I didn't know you were queuing it up. Great. Now I look like an idiot.
It's okay.
Have you
It's
seen
quicker.
this?
It's like his little legs running.
Have you seen the St. Patrick's Day shirts on .com?
I did.
The Shamrock Club shirt.
You mean like the ones that only go up to 3X because WWE shop is dumb?
Boo.
But yeah, it's always a bummer.
Yeah, sizest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, WWE. It's 2019.
Fat people matter.
Fat lives matter.
Right. Not for long though. We're gonna.
So, if people aren't following along on social media or what, there was an announcement from us this week.
I'm glad to see they got my memo.
We are the guest general managers for Northern Tier Wrestling's debut show in Lancaster, PA, on April the 13th, and that's a 2 p.m. show, which I'm actually really excited about.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a 2 p.m. show, so you can come out, get your wrestling, and then go have yourself a night.
Hearing that,
I might pull double duty.
Uh-oh.
Deep thought.
Hey now.
I gotta talk to the cat.
All right.
Red Rose Revival.
I may have to make a stop here and then hit it at intermission.
There you go.
See the show.
Talking to the microphone, Tim. That helps.
Let the show start. I'm here. I'm just.
He's thinking out loud.
These are what we in the business call directional microphones.
Yeah.
Where you got to be out in the front of them, not on the side of them.
Oh, well,
Look
If
at
you're out
that.
on the side of them, you don't really hear a whole lot.
No,
but
you
when
sure
you
don't.
Go back out to the side.
when you're out on the side of them,
Gonna cup it in.
not really.
Doesn't
Not
really
really.
work.
Don't
Okay,
cut,
sorry.
Don't cut my ball, Ryan.
I may have to do. I may have to do a little double shot ski.
Okay, we'll discuss.
Yeah.
But it was announced this week that
Making
we
towns, brother.
have put the guest host, the winner, Andy Weinberg,
That's correct.
into a match with Lancaster's own The Red Scorpion.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something I think we all sat down and discussed, and really, it feels like it goes back to that Legacy show where Andy spilled some cereal onto me.
Oh, I
There's
mean,
some pictures of that. There's pictures of the Red Scorpion threatening Jim with a folding chair,
with a
like
steel chair.
A lot of that goes back to that show, and I feel like we made the best that we could with given the talent that we had.
We love and respect both of these guys.
We absolutely do.
This wasn't a decision that we wanted to make. This is a decision that I feel like we had to make. These two guys have kind of been on a collision course for a while now.
Andy Weinberg repeatedly claims that he pinned the Red Scorpion.
Well, I mean,
it's true.
It is true. That was at War Games. We were calling
true.
that match. You, me, and Matt. We called them. Andy pinned
a long time ago. Like this happened a while ago, but he was still very fresh.
But I think the Red Scorpion is justified in the fact that it was a War Games match. It's chaotic. There's a lot of things going on.
would you say he was scorpified?
When isn't the Red Scorpion scorpified?
That's true.
I'm just saying.
He's got a scorpified microwave.
He does. I think he has everything.
It just makes all your food 9,000 degrees.
So, it's got to be settled. And it's got to be settled on April the 13th.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So,
and that's just the start of it, folks.
yeah, that's the start.
Really is.
We got a lot more decisions to make.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
I would dare say we almost have carte blanche.
I mean, we are the general managers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
We work with Northern Tier Management. We're going to come up with some really, really great matches. It's going to be a fantastic show, start to finish. A lot of local guys are going to be featured on this show, which is great. Red Rose Revival. It's at the Red Rose Arena right here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's right out there off of Centerville Road, I believe, right off of Route 30. Easy to get to.
Easy peasy.
I know friend of the show, Nick, wants me to be the guest referee of that match, but I mean,
how's your referee's position?
I mean, I haven't
Always out. Always out of position.
always out of position. I don't know if I can keep the peace that well, but it is what it is.
Who can?
I'm no legend in my own mind, dig it. But it is what it is. Well, we got a little bit of time. It's less than a month, but about a month away from this show. So if you haven't made plans yet, make sure you do.
Make them now.
Because you're not going to want to miss this one. It's going to be a show to remember. Any other thoughts on that before we jump into a lot of the other stoof from this week?
No, we're obviously going to be talking about this a lot more.
Absolutely.
Heading into April 13th, so a lot of fun. But tickets are on sale right now. Message us if you guys need tickets. If not, I know we can get them at the door as well. But if you want to reserve your tickets today, just shoot us an email here in the old 3-count inbox. We'll get you
if you're following along on the live video, interact with us there. We'd appreciate that. Give it a share, give it a like. Get as many people in here as possible as we discuss things tonight.
And for those of you listening along in podcast land, rate and review the podcast. Rate us 5 stars, because if you rate us 4 stars, we are inclined to think that you are a hater. So just 5-star, leave a review. It helps the algorithm and gets our podcast on as many ear holes as possible. So we appreciate all support is good support, whether you're here live with us or you're catching it on your podcatcher of choice. We're glad that you're a part of the 3 Count Thursday family, and we love having you around.
Yeah, 100%. Now, this past Sunday, of course, was Ryan's favorite pay-per-view of the Fastlane variety. Obviously not going to go over the entire show here, given that it's almost a week old at this point. But what's your overall impression of the show? Was there a moment or match that stood out? Good, bad, ugly, what have you?
I'm pulling the card up right now. Give me a second.
I have it.
You're so quick, Tim. Tim, you're so effective.
You know what? If I had to be critical, which I will.
You can be critical here.
I did not care for the ending of the Charlotte Becky Lynch match.
Okay.
They had to do some major retconning on Monday for me. They did. But if Becky Lynch is the good guy in this scenario, and she wins a match that gets her into WrestleMania to face the women's champion, you think she'd be okay with just settling for a DQ victory? Like, don't you think as the good guy, you want to earn it fair and square and not via DQ? Because she was awfully happy.
You keep saying DQ, and I'm thinking Dairy Queen because I'm hungry. Just as a by the way.
Disqualification.
Thank you.
Yeah, it soured me. Now, they retconned it a little bit on Raw. Becky came out, she cut her promo, and she basically said she was playing mind games with Ronnie, and that it's, you know how hard it is to play mind games with somebody who doesn't have a brain. It was really cute. But it didn't sit with me. In the moment, it did not sit well with me.
Can you buy that Rhonda Rousey purposely did this to get to the match because she wants Becky Lynch at WrestleMania? Like, making her job harder at WrestleMania by adding that third person. Does that line of
no, I don't.
Does that make sense to you? Like, why would you do that if you were in Ronda Rousey's position?
Because if I'm Ronda Rousey, especially with everything she said, I would have come out. I still would have given the DQ. Literally, my biggest gripe with it is Ronda comes in and she just stomps Becky one time
with the goofiest looking fucking punch ever. And by the way,
yeah, she like decks her, and that's it. One strike. Doesn't go after Charlotte at all.
So is it more of a Ronda Rousey just doing what Ronda Rousey wants to do, and kind of like, look, if I want to make it a 3-way match, I'm going to do it, and all I have to do is hit her once. Like, she went out there to disqualify that match.
Right.
So all she had to do was punch her once.
Right, but everything that Ronda's told me is that she can beat up both of them, and she can do this and that and whatever. So she could have just, in my mind, she just should have wrecked both of them. Just wrecked Becky first.
All right, that's fair.
And you still get your DQ finish. It's weird to me that it's one punch and then Becky's all smiles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Becky got what she wanted, though. Which, again...
But as a good guy, do you want to be happy with a disqualification victory? Like, you want it to be on your
I would feel relieved
hand.
that I'm going to Mania, which is what I wanted from the Royal Rumble. So, kind of.
That's just me being, again, that's me being picky. Yeah, it's me being picky,
right,
and being critical.
And again, I think maybe that also boils it down to that whole shades of gray sort of thing that we're presented anymore when it comes to good guy, bad guy. I mean, overall, for what this show is, I thought the show was okay. Like, it's, I don't like pay-per-views between Rumble and Mania. I say that far too many times every year. Especially 2 pay-per-views between Rumble and Mania. But for what it was, I thought it served its purpose. It got some storylines advanced towards WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Especially regarding the SmackDown Championship.
Yep, absolutely.
The WWE title.
You know, and you know, I like the little swerve thing with you know, telling Kofi Kingston it was the triple threat.
I almost set my apartment on fire.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for 1 second.
ONFIRE, on fire.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, Tim. Because you...
I would have just been sitting in the middle like, everything's fine.
Right, you would have been
Everything's fine.
you would have been the meme dog.
I would have been.
You would have been the
meme
cartoon
dog.
meme dog.
Yep. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
I mean, again, it did its job. It was an average show. I
feel like you're bouncing around and you want to be tough on this show, but like you're just not allowing yourself because you said it was a good show moments ago. You've downgraded to average. Like I just want you to just be like it was not a great show.
It wasn't a great show. I'm not going to try and
I know you don't think the show belongs here.
No,
because I feel like this was just like a super show, nothing more than like a Raw. Like, there's nothing on this pay-per-view.
No.
That warranted it being a pay-per-view.
A lot of pay-per-views are super shows,
I mean,
if you will.
the Shield reunion is big. What else is on this card?
But it was big only for this. Like that's the only reason it was big. Reunite Monday match, call it off the next Monday.
I mean,
sorry for popping that.
It's okay.
No, it's okay.
Directional, got it.
Directional. Yeah, I mean, it's not really meant to. It's this event is more put in place to be a foundational, like a building block for Mania. So there's not going to be anything that's super life changing.
I think you should just be doing that on Raw and SmackDown.
Right, I agree with. I mean, you're not going to see title changes at a Fastlane. I don't think you'll ever see.
No,
you may. You didn't
a secondary title,
right? You're not going to see
title.
the WWE or Universal title change. Like again,
I was very pleased to see a impromptu United States Championship Fatal 4-Way.
Yes,
that was awesome.
Yep, I agree.
Dude, probably one of the funniest things is they announced it on the pre-show. WWE social media posted it out there that
it was going to be It was going to be
R-Truth. Well, then it was the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah,
that the Andrade versus Rey Mysterio was now going to be a four-way for the U.S. title, and it was going to be on the main show. Like they put it out there during the pre-show, and fucking Dave Meltzer after the pre-show match, which was the New Day defeating Nakamura and Rusev.
Yep,
was like, so I guess no Andrade versus Rey on this, and it's like.
Oh,
isn't he too busy playing doctor?
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Which, I mean, social media promptly took care of Uncle Dave.
Well, I discredit everything that Dave Meltzer says for two reasons.
Because he sucks?
One, him playing doctor and telling me that what Roman Reigns had wasn't...
Fuck him, by the way, for that.
And then, hurt me more, is he's going to sit here and tell me that Stevie Ray doesn't deserve to be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, fuck him for that
Go
number 2.
away.
Yeah.
Wow. Go away.
Wait, did Stevie Ray wrestle at the Tokyo Dome ever? Because
I
that's
don't care.
probably why he does not like him.
That could be.
Has Dave Meltzer ever wrestled at the Tokyo Dome?
Take off in the Tokyo Dome off of that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
like
just checking.
Can I
mean,
tell
neither
you
have I, but
how absolutely disappointing the women's tag team championships are.
It's
I think it's a work in progress.
I just don't.
It's a slow work in progress.
I don't.
Ryan, is
like
that a joke
Tamina.
at Tamina and Nia Jax?
Maybe.
It's Tamina.
I mean, it's a slow uphill battle for both of them.
I mean, I think this is just a one-time thing. Like, you needed to have a really strong heel team, and like they haven't really flipped around to other brands yet. I mean, Naya and Tamina were the obvious choice for their first opposition.
Sure.
It's just
over and over and over and over.
It's gonna get there.
Right. I think we're past it now.
Right. So we're past it, and then it'll just be the Riot Squad over.
No. The storyline right now is leading to
the Iconics for one.
Boston Hug connection versus the Two Conics.
Oh, that's right. It is the Two Conics. They're so pretty.
I know
they are.
Peacocking.
I look forward to and I hope it happens sooner than later. The women's tag team champions at NXT tapings or at
something
an NXT UK event. Like
yeah,
that's the kind of stuff I hope to see. I
And I was so wrong about the Asuka match. I apologize for that. Just so wrong.
You still put it on your scorecard, by the way.
You're goddamn right I did.
Which I had a great scorecard.
I still feel like it's the only thing that makes sense. Like, I don't care anything about that SmackDown Championship right now. It's tough. They have not done Asuka good.
The unfortunate part of putting the two other biggest SmackDown women's names into the Raw women's title picture, that's kind of hurt it a bit.
Yeah. I mean, that just leaves room for one female to challenge Asuka.
Yeah. Is it what? Sonya?
No. Sonya had her shot on Tuesday.
Yeah, Sonya wrestled Tuesday.
So now who's left?
Well, she's yet to make her debut.
So that's Southern Belle.
Yeah, that's Sassy Southern, the lady.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really salty that they changed her gimmick from a lady to a Sassy Southern Belle, because now it kind of seems like she's a floozy and not a lady.
I kind of agree. I agree.
She's a floozy now. She's hitting on known womanizer Corey Graves on Raw.
Known womanizer.
They're gonna put that on his nameplate next time.
That's his next tattoo. He's gonna get the Maria Man womanizer on the belly.
He's gonna get it Undertaker's wife right across the front of his neck.
His neck's not long enough to draw a line through all the names.
Jeez.
He's
like he already has a neck tattoo.
It's like, hey, Phil's not here anymore, so I guess it's my turn.
Hey, where'd Phil go?
He's Chicago.
If you had to grade this show,
D+.
Tim?
B-.
Matt?
A flat C.
Yeah, I'm going to go flat C. It advanced storylines. Some matches were good. Others were meh.
Here's what really puts it into the B category for me is I'm really going to grade it on the pre-show too. Them setting angles up in the pre-show to give to me in the main show.
Okay.
Makes me so happy.
Yeah, I will say Devin gave it a D-. I will say that
that's heavy.
That using the pre-show,
give the people a reason to watch the pre-show
for its purpose. Now, I tuned into the pre-show because I was hoping to see the Andrade Rey Mysterio match, but I had the whole pre-show on. And I think that was one of the points I made with somebody on Twitter last week. Is somebody was saying that, why are you going to put it on there? I'm like, well, if your point is that they should be on the main show, which they've put on it the quality work in that feud that it easily could or should have been on the pre-show, on the main show. But if they put it on the pre-show, prove to WWE that it should be on the main show by tuning in and watching it. And the guy's like, I'm not going to fucking do that. I'm like, oh, so you really don't care that much? Like, if you're going to make this big statement of this should be on the main show, prove it to WWE.
Right.
Because they're going to get the numbers of the people that are logged into the pre-show, and they can compare it to previous months.
Wouldn't that just prove you put a good match on the pre-show, people will tune in?
So
then we get more matches on the pre-show that we would rather see on the main show?
And you also have to remember...
I feel like it doesn't matter to them. They're going to get paid the same.
And you also have to remember, too, the kickoff show is more than just on the WWE Network. It's also on their Facebook Live page. It's on YouTube.
Right. It's on other outlets.
Yeah.
To get people to buy the network or buy the pay-per-view if it's one,
Jim, they don't even have to buy the network.
That's
network
true.
is free.
That's right. You can get one free month. But but that's the point of it. So if you can't just put garbage matches onto the kickoff show because you want to draw in an audience. So
is that why there wasn't a 205 live match on this card?
Yes.
Well, no, because in 205 Live right now, the
tournament
they have the tuna melt going on right now for the number one contendership.
I love
to Bud Murph's cruiserweight championship.
Bud Murph.
Bud Murph.
Old BM.
We're on shortened name basis.
All right, let's jump
Matt,
in.
I want to touch base real quick on something I think that really important that we skimmed over, and I know Matt's going to have a really good take on this. Matt, how was your feeling seeing the greatest tag team implode like that?
Yeah, how do you feel? Candid thoughts.
Sad day for wrestling to see that happen, especially with Mrs. Dad right there.
Yeah, really sad.
Tough to watch. I know you're a big fan of Mrs. Dad, Ryan, so I'm sure that struck a nerve with you as well.
I did. I reached out to Andrew, who was there in the audience, just a seat or two away from him, and told him to hit him with a chair, and he didn't. So.
What do you have against the Mrs. Dad?
Look at the guy.
So what? Is he supposed to be good looking?
I don't know.
No, he's a dad.
So wait, your issue with Mrs. Dad is just that he's not a good-looking
Ugly
man.
and frumpy?
Frumpy is a great word to describe the Miz's father, George.
I
believe his name is George.
Yeah, I think frumpy is the male equivalent to the female homely.
I think frumpy works both ways.
But I've
definitely seen women who are frumpy.
Right, but I don't see any men that are homely.
That's a good point. I've never used homely to describe.
I don't know that I've ever used homely to describe somebody.
Home, I have like, damn, Nia Jax is as big as a home. That I've said, but not homely.
Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
I fucking hate you. Oh my god.
That's one for Ryan. I'm going to just keep a tally today between Ryan and Jim and see who's the worst.
Every good point you ever
Somehow
make.
I say one thing a week that I end up as the worst. So
because it's weighted heavily. It's weighted differently.
Thanks for making me feel shitty about myself, Tim.
Well, I'm just saying.
You know what? That's one for Tim.
You're supposed to be held to a higher standard than us. You're the host, right?
I guess.
You could have said larger standard.
Well, he's taller than all of us, so
That's
it is
true.
higher too. But what was
Charlie says his wife got a free whoopie pie.
I fucking love whoopie
for Pie
pies.
Day. And
Oh man, that's a really good
nice
pie.
says
I would
hi,
never
by the
think
way.
of that either. Hello, Charlie.
I can't even remember what I was going to... Oh, for every one valid point you make, really good point...
Who?
You.
Oh.
For every one valid point you make, you counteract it with, Nia Jax is as big as a home. It's like my roommate trying to describe Adele. He doesn't like Adele. I was like, well, why don't you like Adele? He goes, well, she's fat and she sings songs that I don't know about because I don't like singing about heartbreak, and all of her songs sound like...
Wait.
And I'm like...
He knocks a musical artist because she's fat.
And I said,
in his words,
I said, roommate, you can. All of your other points are completely valid, but because you started with
she's fat,
everything else is moot. Nothing counts.
Yes, and
I
that
don't
is
even
moot.
shots off.
And let's just make sure that is moot, not mute.
It's a moot
because I've gotten into
M-O-O-T.
arguments with people.
Moot point.
Yes,
I don't even think Adele was that big.
She's not.
Nah.
By
like
the way.
compared to Nia Jax. I'm actually trying to make a point here. Like, she's not that big of a woman.
He thinks Nia Jax is hot, though.
Nia Jax is a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
But you can't deny, like, she's a large woman.
I mean, she's big and tall.
She's very big and tall.
She's hasky.
Why are you getting so worked up about
I can't fathom somebody being like, Adele is fat.
He has a shrine of Nia Jax in his closet, just like oogling every nook and cranny of Nia Jax.
And he calls Adele fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'll admit, my roommate, kind of a dick sometimes, but he's my dick.
I also don't love her music.
Oh, I love Adele's music. Sing me all of your pain, Adele. Hit me with it.
Just let it crash down on you. Like an avalanche of Nia Jax.
Like a weighted blanket of depression. Just hit me with it.
A weighted blanket of depression.
Jesus, Ryan.
What?
What is wrong with
Just
Hello.
Oh.
It's me. What do you look?
Hello.
There it is.
There it was.
It's me.
So powerful.
That's all.
John Cena. That's what I was kind of waiting for something like that. What else we got there?
I don't know. I'm afraid to click some of these things.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, because some of them are
Won't be
just
worse
like,
than what I say. Well, maybe.
Yeah, it is. It's free on the internet, so some of these could be slipped with some racial undertones.
I didn't even. The whole shit.
Yeah. I'm not.
Let's back out of the hello.
I'm gonna go back to our soundboard.
Yeah,
it's safer there.
We've moderated these clips.
Yes, at least somewhat.
Yeah, you're not just gonna click it and be like. I had to hit the mute.
Frank
on that.
says, let's see. Devin says, right. No, that's not right. I'm not saying that, Devin. Frank says none of this.
I'm not there. What does it say?
You can pull it up and then
I'll
if you
read
choose
it.
to read
I'll
Go
read
ahead,
it.
You read it.
Because I don't agree.
I got to hold myself to a higher standard.
None
apparently.
of these excuses.
No, that's Frank's.
None of this.
Read Devin's.
Read Devin's. Ryan. I'm not going to read that.
See?
But
Frank says
none of this excuses the fact that Nia Jax is delivering promos at a second grade level. She's not quite speak and spell.
No, she's close.
I don't think she's that close.
Here's the thing.
I think when she is talking as herself, she's fine. I think the way the way she cuts promos is indicative of someone who is not 6'1" and a big, large woman.
Her voice, and I know she can't control it. Her voice does not match her body.
I mean, she got a hot voice.
How am I the bad guy here? You call her a big, large woman. James says her voice doesn't match her body. Matt, please.
Okay, that's one shot that they've taken compared to like the 3 that you felt the need to fit in.
You called her a house.
Reason.
What kind of house? Like a mobile home, a modular home?
Ryan, here's the thing. If I got on, if you're looking at me, if my voice was like this, it wouldn't be okay. It'd be weird.
It'd be great.
It'd be weird, though.
It would be kind of weird.
Like, that voice does not match my body.
Same thing, like if it's a really, really short like if Hornswoggle started talking and he
sounded like Andre
James
the Giant.
Earl Jones.
Right?
Okay, I would fucking love that. First of all.
But, like,
sign me
you know
up.
what I mean? There's... So I honestly think that is the biggest problem I have with Nia Jax's promos. Is it just...
So you just want her to get Kai and Tai dubbed over?
No.
And she just moves her mouth and Bruce Pritchard backstage goes, indeed.
Well, he's there now. Here's the thing. If Nia is a heel, I don't need her to talk. I don't need her to talk if she's a heel.
This just in, Big Jim doesn't value Nia Jax's opinion.
Matt, is that another mark against me this week?
No, that one was fine.
Okay. Like, you know what I mean? If she's like last year at WrestleMania when she was being bullied by Alexa Bliss and she had the crowning moment, winning the title. She's a face. Everybody loves her. Fine. When she's a heel, I don't need her heel promos because they're not convincing.
Okay, here's my question: do you need Drew McIntyre to cut promos?
I don't need him to, but I'm fine with him doing it because.
Oh my God!
What?
I'm looking over here and watching Rain Man over here with the numbers.
Unfucking real. Adele, 187 pounds, and this is like a year ago. Nia Jax, 272, and you're going to say that Adele's fat. Your roommate's a fucking idiot.
He's a jerk.
Unbelievable.
He's a jerk. He knows.
Unreal.
You
272.
act like those are the only 2 people, though. Like, Adele is a bigger woman.
I mean, she's a big, beautiful woman.
It's unheard of that someone would consider Adele to be overweight. It's not like he was like, man, Nia Jax is rail thin, but that Adele's a big fatty. He wasn't comparing.
Can we parse that
2.
out? Can we put that on the soundboard?
Just there, we heard that. I mean, I'm just right compared to like an Olsen twin. Yeah, she's a fucking beast.
now she's not even human. She's a beast.
All right, let's get back to what Frank is saying.
I mean, the Olsen twins, they weigh 30, 40 pounds at the most now?
Oh,
right.
God.
Today?
They weigh
wet.
Easy.
They weigh more today.
They weigh less than that windscreen right there.
Than they did when they were on unfucking real.
Right.
How
okay.
rude.
Right.
All right.
They weigh the same.
Frank says she sounds like she's reading lines. She gives a promo. Drew McIntyre does not sound like he's reading off a cue card.
Frank is so trying to steer us back into the right direction.
Which is probably a good idea.
I'm ready to go off the rails at a moment's notice. Let's get it.
Which I agree with. I agree with what Frank's saying. But Nia Jax also isn't the only person in the company that has that problem. because they do. I mean, it is a heavily scripted.
Who is the worst promo right now? Naya, Rhonda.
Ooh, I got Rhonda.
Is a worse promo right now.
Yeah. Because Rhonda, even when she sounds serious, it's over the top serious, which makes it like fake and phony.
Are we talking strictly Rhonda Rousey from this past Monday, or are we just talking?
I think every Rhonda Rousey promo.
Okay, we're talking everyone.
This Monday was
her best, without a doubt, was her best. But she's finally getting to the character or that she should be.
She wasn't even the best promo in that segment.
I'm not saying she was the best promo in that segment. They had actual trained wrestlers in that segment.
You're gonna call Dana Brooke?
Oh, that's a good point, son of
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's not like she was going against Alicia Fox.
My only problem with Rhonda in that promo was she did it about 130 miles an hour.
But that's just the way she talks. She's from California.
Do you know she has some sort of...
Come on, Jim.
What?
You are ridiculous.
What?
You fucking heard it too, didn't you? You know she has some sort of...
No, I think
you're unfucking
I think
real.
Jim
That's
just
that's a mark for
Jim
Jim.
no. Jim was stumbling over his own words, talking about how Rhonda
You know what? You
stumbles
get a half of a
over
point.
her
I
words.
get a half of Mark.
I
has
heard
some sort
it
of
too, Ryan. To
Thank
be
you.
fair,
Thanks.
I'm with you.
You're right. You're goddamn right.
We need a dry erase board up here.
I got a tally.
We do need a whiteboard here.
Jim's at 1.5. I'm at 3, and you're at 1.
That's okay.
But apparently
I'll try to be
Rhonda
low.
has some sort of condition that makes... Shut the fuck up!
I just fucking look at you. The host. I looked at you.
You're both laughing, assholes.
Condition like fucking Matt Hardy over here. Condition. Jesus. See, all I could fucking think of was Matt Hardy.
I will procure.
Is really that?
Becky
Is that really
Lynch's
how I
arm.
said it?
I don't think so. That's what I heard though.
So both of you heard it, but I didn't say it that
No,
way.
you said condition, and then it just transposed in my ear.
As you heard it did that, okay.
So I said condition. It went out into the universe,
You have
and it
said-
hit both of your ears.
you have
It
said-
might,
It might
have
be
said
something wrong
condition
with your board.
since perfectly fine. It was the exact same way you said it the first time.
because I'm gonna have to
What
go
does he
back and
say?
listen to this to make
Condition. He said condition. And then he explained what he said
You're
condition
saying
multiple
condition
times.
too.
Jesus. It's somewhere in this is a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, we're talking about conditions and excursions of gold.
Frank, I think that's something that's easy to say. He says, with all the support WWE provides these people, we shouldn't be having the conversation of who's the worst.
But that's the nature of it's the human nature.
Right.
We're always going to point out what's bad
But here's
because
the thing,
we hold everything to such a level of
We could-
excellence.
I almost want to do something where we go back to the mid 90s, early 90s, late 90s.
Woof. Don't punish me.
And find some of these shows that everybody lauds as great and start and play who's the worst.
Triple H was not a great promo for a long
No,
time.
he was not. Absolutely was not.
Do you know who else isn't a great promo? That's
Batista.
currently on TV. You need to back that up.
No, that segment was flaming hot garbage.
It was unscripted. That was the problem.
Brutal.
The worst.
It was unscripted.
I have
and that
never
was the
seen somebody
problem.
spit that much, and I visited alpaca farms.
It's great.
It's
That's
unfucking
great.
real.
Batista's so rabid about it. It was great. Currently on the roster, I don't want to hear Aleister Black say one word.
That's another person that
fair.
does not need to speak.
And it's scripted because everything to him is being faded to black.
Right. I don't need him to talk.
Let cool Ricochet
Yeah.
say everything, and you just spin kick people into oblivion.
Yes,
fair.
100%.
That's all I need. Crisscross applesauce. Almost called it Indian style.
That would have gotten you a point.
Crisscross applesauce, spin kick, black mass, victory. Ricochet, do all the cool stuff. Slap hands with the kids. Aleister Black, summon the devil. Do what you got to do.
There's actually a really cool video of Aleister Black. Oh, never mind. It's a video. We do a podcast.
Right. Since we already were talking a little bit about the Rhonda, the promo and Dana Brooke and all that, we kind of work into Raw a little bit. Monday,
Rather good show.
They say it was a good show. They announced that the Shield's farewell address would take place to open the show, and I was there wasn't really much of an address of anything, really. Like
I'm fine with it.
No. If they don't say Shield's farewell address,
yeah,
and then I just tune into Raw as I do every week. That segment's fine. To me, I'm going, where was the farewell address? Like, it was just like, Seth's got Brock Lesnar.
Go get him, Seth.
Go get him, Seth. I'm going to do my thing, and here we go. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
It's just, it's like a part where just everybody meets together, and it's like, we're just going to amicably part ways, but we're just going to be like, hey, like the last episode of 3 Count Thursday, whenever it is, it should just be us going live and just all of us looking at each other and be like, you cool?
What do you want? Tell me what you want.
You cool?
Is that what you
want?
want?
And then we just put our fists together.
Yeah, it's like, are you cool? You cool?
But instead of our fists, we do our cocks.
Thanks. Zoom.
Is that what you want?
Zoom. I'd spit, but I don't want to spit all over your microphone.
Yeah,
or my wiener.
Gross.
Have you seen the meme of
Give me what I want. Is that what you want?
Love it.
Give me what I want. Is that what you want?
I was gonna tell you to cue that up.
Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? Oh, God.
I don't know what Ryan's showing Tim.
Okay.
I assume it's some sort of dick pic.
Oh, that's cool.
Just from a different angle. Right?
Oh, we had
never get to see.
we had a known individual in the crowd that had the video of Aleister Black's
sliding into second.
Sliding into position. Sliding into second.
A cool different angle. Just an angle we never get to see. So.
Yeah.
So,
Bob!
Lashley is once again your Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Any theories onto why? Because
I must have missed this. Because, like, I don't know. I missed maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes of Raw, and it was this segment. So I totally missed what happened.
Like, is it Demon getting rematch or Demon not involved?
Oh, I think Demon's going to be at the grandest stage of them all, doing the big hoo-ha.
No, I think we're getting Demon at WrestleMania, but do you think it's...
I feel like we have to get Demon at
Yeah.
It's Mania.
Yeah. But
and he's going to stomp. He's going to stomp Lashley out.
Okay.
Literally.
So
because that's all he does is drop kicks.
Yeah, yes. But
old dropkick Murphy.
So to my question, I guess your indirect answer is that you think he's getting Intercontinental rematch.
Yeah, he'll get back to it, even though there's no automatic rematches.
No, but they'll.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll work back.
Well, because
we'll work back.
Leo got involved and it wasn't a clean win and blah blah blah, so they'll give him a rematch.
I mean, I'd rather see Finn versus Leo, right? Like that's the match that I'd rather see.
I would much rather see that. But there's no title.
I like Bob Lashley.
I don't.
Speaking of
Nobody
Bob,
likes Bob Lashley.
Bob!
Like, come on.
I love Bob Lashley, the Almighty.
No.
Heck yeah,
Bob
Now
Lashley
you're
or Dave
just trying
Batista.
to fool yourself.
That's tough,
Like,
'cause
you went
that's-
from like to love way too quick for me to believe that you even kind of like Bob.
Kind of.
Bob!
Picking between Batista and Bob. If you had to pick between Batista and Bob Lashley,
Nicholas.
I'm not Nicholas. I'm Tim.
Not you. Yeah, never mind.
No, don't go off script. Batista at
Don't go off
WrestleMania.
script.
Or
That's
Bob?
literally all I do for 2 hours here.
This is true. WrestleMania, Batista or Bob Lashley?
Batista, because he's at least like working more than just one match.
Okay.
Oh, this mean?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay,
That's all it was. Just
because
looking
I
at
like
you
them
next.
both equally. I do love Bob Lashley.
If you had
You
to,
like Batista and Bob equally?
Bob!
It's two sides of the
Awful.
same coin, man.
That's an awful coin.
It's a great coin.
You are picking a strange hill to die on.
That sounds like that coin sounds like the Canadian quarter that you're trying. That's your last piece of pocket change when you're
trying
trying
to
to get
make
the
it
vending
work.
machine.
But
So, yeah.
I do love Batista. I love Bobby Lashley. I love this almighty gimmick. Like,
remember before this was even after the pre-show, how much the word love meant?
Yeah. But I also
there were words that carry meaning.
There's few things that I dislike about the current product right now. Like, there's only...
Does it feel like you're looking in a mirror when he talks to you sometimes?
There's only 2 people in the current roster I want fired.
Who is that?
Tamina and Rowan. They got to go.
Okay.
What's wrong? What did Tamina do with you?
Ryan, if you had to pick 2 people.
You have to ask that question.
Is Batista one of them?
No, he's not
No.
He's not an active
Good, because I
combatant.
fire his ass twice.
If you had to pick 2 people, Ryan, to fire from the WWE.
Probably Bobby Lashley, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah, there's just not a lot there.
He's so good, man.
No.
Yeah, and I don't care. I'm good firing Tamina. We can fire
There
her
you
too.
go.
Matt, to you.
No, Alicia Fox is like the crack whore that we like to.
No,
yeah,
but
Well, she's
Alicia
probably
Fox
gonna get
is
fired
great
anyway.
Too.
Yeah, she'll probably fire herself. Yeah, I'll
How did I
probably
hang
stay
up
with
on
Tamina.
you?
Alicia Fox
You
is-
don't stay in the WWE for as long as she has
She's
if
like
you
a thin,
suck.
cracked out like Booker
She's
T.
awful.
No, she's not awful.
I'm a fan of Alicia Fox to the extent that Tim apparently is of Bob Lashley. That I can kind of like trick myself into saying I like her, but I'm firing Bob Lashley and Natty.
Oh, man. I feel like you just said that to make me mad.
But speaking of Bob's,
I'm probably
Who's
getting
Jim Shit Cannon.
yeah, who are you?
I'm probably getting rid of Bob Lashley and Alicia Fox.
Oh my God, racist.
Yeah.
No, Jesus Christ. Speaking of Bob's,
so I told everybody about how I make the segments with Bob Lashley and Leo Rush more interesting by assuming that Leo Rush is Bobby Lashley's hormone monster.
Yes.
Well, now there's another thing with the other Bob Roode. Whenever Chad Gable and Bob Roode come out for any sort of match together, try to come up with a 1-sentence synopsis of what this week's episode of Cool Dad is.
I'd fire them too. Fuck them.
Bobby Roode and Chad Gable as a father-son pair called Cool Dad.
That's pretty good.
And the best one I heard was on the pay-per-view. My roommate's girlfriend, first time we've ever told her about this game, and we're like, come up with the scenario for this episode of Cool Dad. And she goes, okay, so Bob and his son Chad go and pick up a new grill. And we're just like, she won the whole game.
Okay, I got you. Lou says, fire all these fools and make for a full-time run for Nicholas. One of Ryan's favorites. And he said, happy WrestleMania season. Yes,
happy sign pointing season.
Happy WrestleMania season to everybody. So Kurt Angle announced that he is retiring at WrestleMania. WrestleMania will be his last match. He had his last match in Pittsburgh this past Monday on Raw, defeating Apollo Crews. If you had to pick who would be the best farewell opponent for Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, who would it be?
I go last.
Okay.
Who do you think it's going to be?
Who would you pick? Like if you were booking the match.
Christ.
Oh, see, now that's 2 different answers.
Yeah, that's definitely 2 different answers.
It's like, who do you think it's going to be, and who do you wish in your
Okay,
ideal
let's do
world?
who do you think it's going to be, and who would you have it be?
Okay, I think it's going to be John Cena.
And who would you have it be?
I didn't know we were going to do both so quickly.
But, okay.
Jim.
Okay, so you said John Cena, who you think
Let
it will
me
be.
think
Tim, who
about
do you
who I
think
would
it
like
will
it
be?
to be.
I think it's going to be John Cena as well.
Okay.
John Cena's first match, Kurt Angle's last match.
Yes. Matt, who do you think it will be?
I also think John Cena.
When you say Cena's first match, you mean back regularly?
Yeah, when Kurt Angle was John Cena's first match, so John Cena will be Kurt Angle's last.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes, I think it will be John Cena as well. Charlie says it'll be Cena or Samoa Joe.
In a perfect world, here is how I write Kurt Angle going out on his Shield.
I thought you wanted to go last.
Well, I'm going to go first on this one.
Okay.
Got it.
Because that makes total sense. Go ahead.
If you go last in the first round, you go first in the second
So
round.
did you think that John Cena was like a surprise that we would have said something other than John Cena?
I thought you guys were going to say something other than John Cena.
Oh, okay.
So in my ideal world, when I'm fantasy booking this, Kofi Kingston is not a part of the SmackDown title scene.
Okay.
Kurt Angle, they do a battle royal on SmackDown for the number one contendership to the SmackDown Championship. Kurt Angle finds his way on SmackDown and wins a battle royal to be the number one contender. And he, on his sword, goes against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for the WWE title. Let him go one time, full speed Kurt Angle. Drive the wheels off of this thing, Kurt. Because there's nobody else you'd want it. Have it be a dream match at WrestleMania. Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan, WWE Championship, and Kurt Angle gets put out for good by the new Daniel Bryan.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Because it's a match we've never seen. And
Lou
and
says
the internet loves
if he was booking the match, he would pick Brock Lesnar, but he thinks it will be John Cena. Matt, if you were picking the opponent and booking the match, who would you have it be against?
If I were picking, I would pick probably Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Just of the whole submission stuff.
Solid. Ryan.
Man, it's a tough choice. I don't even know who I would really. I mean, John Cena just seems like it makes sense.
Yeah.
How about Stone Cold Steve Austin in a broken neck versus broken neck match? Who the fuck knows?
For me, the same answer as the first one, John Cena. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, Cena came in with the Kurt Angle kind of calling somebody out, and you go out, you know, with because there's not really like to me. I don't know what else for Cena to do as well. Like,
I don't want him being injected into a major story. That's
no,
for
I
sure.
don't need him in that. I mean, he'll get to number 17 at some point this year anyway, but you don't need to do that at WrestleMania because he hasn't been around.
The only other person I can think of that may even logically be a choice is The Undertaker.
Yeah.
The Taker of Souls.
Man, I don't want that match.
It'd be a really short match. I mean,
I don't want that match.
It'd be really good. It would be a lot of storytelling, and it's somebody that Undertaker can get up for the tombstone.
I don't want. I don't want that match in 2019.
We didn't want DX versus the Brothers of Destruction either in 2018. We got it. So get ready.
Charlie says in Fantasyland he'd love to see Undertaker.
Didn't Taz figure into his career somehow?
Taz and Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taz was Kurt Angle was Taz's debut at Royal Rumble 2000.
That's where I was thinking it was.
Let's make it Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar versus Shane McMahon, and whoever gets the most red, purple, sweaty, the fastest is the winner.
That's it.
So it's a draw?
It's a cardiac arrest match.
The ref rings the bell, turns around and just rings the bell.
Jerry Lawler's the ref. Put me down for one.
There it was.
I just made a heart attack.
Heart attack joke. Jesus Christ.
Ring it.
So Jim is currently leading with 1.5.
That's bullshit.
Jim, you have 2 now, Tim, and I'm still stuck on 3.
Yeah, good job.
3. The heart attack joke did it.
Well, I mean,
the half point's going to come back and haunt him.
Lou said if it's Taker, he better start his entrance now. But
22 days, right?
Hashtag 22 minutes.
Yeah.
22 days to walk. It's a long walk from Texas to New York.
To New York, yeah. And then kind of wrapping up Raw, you had the Drew McIntyre attack on Roman Reigns. And then, they get him back to the back, and then Drew McIntyre just destroying Dean Ambrose.
Excuse me.
Oh,
there was
I offended Tim, apparently.
I'll just take this whole run sheet. It's broken. You missed a big thing on Raw, brother.
Oh, the host of WrestleMania?
We have a host of WrestleMania.
I don't know what that means.
She's the host.
She is the host.
She will come out and
the
announce
hostess with
that
the
the
mostess.
Hardy Boys are back.
Made me get up and beat my chest again.
Please don't.
I don't want to die.
Please. I don't want you to die here either. Yeah, Alexa Bliss, host of WrestleMania. I don't necessarily know what that means.
Crust tip.
She's gonna get. she's gonna get
Blah, blah, blah,
a
blah,
good talking bit. A good talkie bit on Raw or on WrestleMania. She's gonna have a backstage segment with the Saturday Night Live people, and she's probably gonna have a WrestleMania moment, kind of like the New Day had with
announcing the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, but it's gonna be something along those lines, possibly a debuting superstar of some sort.
Or that Michelle McCool is back.
No,
I'm just kidding. Nobody wants that.
I mean, I would be okay with it.
No, you don't. No, nobody needs that. Nobody wants that.
Is she not enough for you?
She's not good.
If anyone can talk themselves into something in WWE, it's Tim. Like, pick the most outlandish thing.
Go ahead.
Like,
try me.
I wouldn't
try
be
me.
opposed to that.
Let's try it. Go ahead. Try me.
The most outlandish thing that I can think of that could happen at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Or that would potentially...
That you think I could talk myself into and be like, you know what, that's okay. Yeah.
Bret the Hitman Hart returning for an in-ring match.
He's getting too much money from Lloyd's of London to be involved in an actual match.
Okay.
But would you be okay with it if it happened?
If the booking's right.
Jeez. Oh.
What?
If they do a mixed tag with him and Natty versus somebody.
No.
Yeah.
Jim already knows. He's
no.
Like,
Here
no,
it is.
I can't
Here
live
it is.
with
WrestleMania
that.
35. It's the Divas of Doom and Bret Hart versus Nia Jax, Tamina, and the corpse of Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, my God.
I'm just going to put your point down.
Yeah, just... I think he wins for the week.
Maybe they won't have a wrestling match, but you can have like...
A segment. It'll be a segment.
I think the segment could be on the basketball court, have Bret Hart
just go ahead and
take
that
on
point down.
No, yeah, just mark a point down. I don't exactly know where you were going, but
that's your point.
Yeah, it was
but like
I mean,
seriously, Bret
and draws in a basketball match.
Oh,
that's another point because you stopped yourself and then you went back to it. That's another point.
I get a point.
That's another point.
Yeah, that's like 3 points, I think.
Jeez.
So what's Natty doing? Is she still
cheerleader on the side in her bikini?
I was gonna say, is she gonna mop the floor of the drool?
Oh no!
Matt enters the game with a point.
Oh, that's a hard point right there. That's either way.
What has happened?
Yes. Can I talk myself into any scenario that happens in WWE? Pretty much. But that's because I choose to like the product and everything about it.
Including that scenario that we just talked about with Bret Hart
Obviously
versus
not.
Droz.
No.
Matt, yes, only if Beth Phoenix commentates it.
It's unfair because Droz has tank tires on his wheelchair.
It's true.
That's not a joke.
That's
Not
a point.
That's a
true.
true statement.
Scotty
got the power.
Scotty says he wants the Great Khali versus Taker.
Never.
I want.
Oh, there it is. There it was.
Never.
We found it.
Great
Scotty
Khali,
found it.
anything.
Congratulations, Scotty. You found the thing that Tim can't talk himself into.
Unless it's partnered with Jinder Mahal.
And Scott's the worst person tonight for suggesting that. We all got off the hook.
He unified
That's a solid 10 points.
Yeah, I want that less than whatever
Scott with the
horrifically
unification.
offensive thing you said a minute ago.
Horrifically offensive?
Yes.
Make it sound like he called somebody a house.
Not like I fucking suggested
We've made
Nia
worse jokes about Bret Hart in the past.
It's not really nice to make fun of me.
I just think Bret versus Droz in a wheelchair basketball match. Jesus. Oh, Lord.
They still won't put my brother Owen in the Hall of Fame. I love my brother Owen.
Drew
I never hurt anybody ever.
McIntyre beat the holy hell out of Dean Ambrose on Raw.
What was up with the pencil?
Oh, right?
That was hot.
I can't fucking believe they did. And then they showed it again.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I was like,
hot.
that's going to get cut on the end. And then they fucking showed it again.
Yeah, that was...
That will not make the Hulu.
Better not.
Sure it won't.
And it won't make the
I've
network
watched death
cut.
matches. That was fucked up.
Yeah,
that was a sick spot.
Yeah, that was
It
gross.
was very hot.
That was like that broke Twitter for a few minutes. Like people just lost their shit. It was like what did I just see? When did TVPG go to like fuck it, why not?
Ram a pencil in this dude's eye.
Oh my god! And then I mean even the
how wet was Renee Young watching
that? That's why she stopped talking.
That's a hard nah from me, Charlie. I don't like Doritos tacos from Taco Bell.
What was the hard what?
Charlie
he says settle debate with the wife. Taco Bell, Doritos, tacos, yay or nay? Absolutely yay. Every variety.
Nah.
I would go with the regular taco over the.
Give me the spicy. I think there's a spicy one. Give me that one, number one.
I don't like hard tacos. I'm a soft taco guy.
Yeah, that's what I heard about you.
It's easier to just engulf.
Just
put it all in my mouth. Give me all your meat.
Lou said he missed Raw. Quick synopsis. The Shield broke up. Dean got his ass kicked by Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns got his ass kicked by Drew McIntyre.
Braun Strowman destroyed a beautiful car.
He absolutely did.
Kurt Angle's retiring.
You can buy the set. You can buy the set on WWE Shop of the same car in Braun Strowman.
That has been for sale for a while.
Yeah, I know. But
the exact same car.
The exact same car.
Did you see that,
Alexa Bliss.
Set?
Alexa Bliss is the host of WrestleMania 35.
And Bob Lashley.
Bob Lashley
is the new Intercontinental Champion.
Friends of ours were the guardians of the independent scene, bodyguards of Batista in the spittiest
and
most confusing segment.
No Way Jose looks like a Sprite Predator.
Oh my god. Subtract a couple off of Tim's for that.
Yeah, we'll scratch
give Scotty more points for the worst person ever. He said Taco Bell absolutely sucks.
Good joke.
Yeah, Scott lost. He lost tonight.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just he needs to have more points for saying Taco Bell sucks. Again, good episode of Raw. Curious to see if and how they is that Dean Ambrose gone?
I think so.
Yeah,
there's no space. Honestly, truthfully, there's no place for him at WrestleMania.
No, and why continue with him after that? He tried to avenge his friend.
Put him on house shows. Let him work the house show loop.
The last time we saw him on Raw.
Who said that?
I feel like Corey said that, or somebody had said. I feel like they said that.
Yeah, because I mean, he got a shit kicking.
He got fucking broken in the fucking when he was put through the railing
and then Claymored
through the railing.
It's a great spot, by the way.
Fantastic spot. And I think it's setting up Roman versus Drew at Mania.
Yes, sir.
I would think.
Can't wait.
That match should be a lot of fun.
Barn burner.
A lot of fun. I'm all on board for that match.
Because Roman has really great matches with Baron Corbin. Imagine what he can do with another.
Why does Baron Corbin not have like gear?
He has gear.
No, why is his gear still vest and dress shirt?
You mean manager of a Hot Topic?
Yes. Why is he still a manager of Hot Topic?
Because he's the constable. But he's not the constable.
He's not the constable anymore.
Yeah,
and he's not the GM.
He's Baron Corbin. He's waiting for WrestleMania to get a new vest.
Scott says Dean wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal because why not? No, he's done.
Nah, they're giving that to somebody else. Maybe that's not for him. That's for somebody else.
I don't.
There's no reason. There's no reason. Like
when you say done, you mean like
baby
work done.
He's
possibly
WWE live television. No more Dean Ambrose.
If he's actually done.
Baby, that's not for him. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Yeah, let's go to SmackDown.
And me having a conniption fit
over the Kofi stuff. So,
it's genius.
It's absolutely genius. Absolutely genius. Kofi Kingston's getting his chance. He's got to run a gauntlet match next week. Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Rowan.
So I got a hard stat for you. Can you kill some time while I get
we
stat?
can we can kill some
We're
time.
Kill some time here.
So that Orton AJ promo, was pretty fucking good.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Like the shooting back and forth, the indie stuff. I'm kind of bought into this feud as well.
Yeah, this is something that I'm actually enjoying with a Randy Orton.
Tying this back to Fastlane, the RKO out of nowhere into the phenomenal forearm.
Yep.
The camera work and camera changes on that
real good.
Were perfect.
Yeah, WWE is really great with that.
Real good with that.
They sometimes screw it up, but when they are really good, they are fantastic at it.
So I have my stat.
All right, Tim's got the stat. Here we go.
So WWE announced that Kofi Kingston's going to be in a gauntlet match versus 5 people for a shot at the a chance at the WWE Championship. No WWE superstar has ever won a gauntlet in which they are responsible for eliminating more than 4 opponents in a row, all by his or herself. In 1999, Steve Austin eliminated 5 straight from the Corporation on Raw before failing to the 6th opponent, Vince McMahon. Odds not good for Kofi Johnson Kingston.
Huh. So it's almost like he's like a severe underdog.
And you're going to get a hard take from me right here.
Here it comes, folks.
There you go. Brace yourselves, everybody.
We have a drum roll, please.
I don't know if I have a drum roll.
How about any sound effect, please?
Kofi Kingston loses the gauntlet match.
Oh. How shallow and
really?
He loses to Rowan.
Right off the bat.
No, Rowan will be the last.
Rowan's the last.
Rowan will be the last. I feel like you're going to set that up. And I think Kofi finds another way in.
Right. Like there's no way at this point that we're not getting the KofiMania moment.
I think there's a chance still. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I don't.
I want it worse than anything. I would trade in Batista.
See,
I would trade almost anything on this WrestleMania card.
I feel like I could buy you with a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Not anymore, man. I'm off that now. But
how about some kale chips?
Sure. Or some of these delicious.
Chips?
They're not bad.
I haven't tried them.
But I would trade almost anything to get Kofi Kingston as the first true African-American first black WWE champion.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome. Like here's my only fear, and I only started like thinking about this really this week, is I feel like there are 3 things for WrestleMania that in my mind should be slam dunks absolutely happening, and that is Becky beats Rhonda.
1.
Without question,
to become the new Raw Women's Champion.
2,
Seth Rollins beats Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
Without question.
And 3, Kofi Kingston gets his moment. But as I'm sounding that out, that is both.
You're trying to hit 777s on the jackpot.
Right. Both men's main titles and the greater than symbol of the 2 women's titles. Like, it's
a tall task.
Just knowing WWE.
Big ask.
Knowing WWE. Like, can that actually happen for those 3 to hit?
It's WrestleMania, absolutely.
But like WrestleMania now, they don't like to give you what you want at WrestleMania.
Right? How many manias in recent years have we walked away with some frustration?
All of them.
Last year,
not all of them.
Last
not all
year.
of them.
Last year.
Well, last year's, yeah.
Last year's was
Brock Roman.
We
thought for sure slam dunk Roman Reigns.
So we had issues with. That's what everyone. We've had issues with everyone. I feel.
WrestleMania.
I don't think we've had issues with everyone. I think if you go back to
WrestleMania play.
Yeah, if you go back to 31.
31 was probably it. Right.
30, you have I don't think we have any problems with because of Daniel Bryan.
I don't think it was a great Mania. I think the Daniel Bryan moment sticks out in your head, but if you go back and watch it, I don't think it was that great. WrestleMania play was probably the closest
Right.
one.
But when I say WrestleMania 30, positive reaction, negative reaction.
The Daniel Bryan finally getting his... Right.
You have positive reaction to it.
I actually want to go back and start watching I know I've got a tall task in front of me.
Skip 32.
No.
Just skip the whole fucking thing.
I still haven't watched 34
Goddamn Zack Ryder.
all the way through, really. Because 34
It's
was my
still it's still going on.
It was my
Australia part of 32.
It was my
That
Australia
was Matt's favorite moment of like any WrestleMania since we've been doing this podcast.
I was excited.
I think there's 2 WrestleManias I can absolutely, or 3 WrestleManias I can absolutely skip. 1, 2, and 11.
11 is flaming garbage.
11's doo-doo, man.
WrestleMania 9, not good either, by the way. Looked cool.
Yeah, that's
looked cool. Visually,
was that
it's
the
cool.
Caesars one?
Caesars Palace.
Yeah, it was
looked
great.
cool, so you can watch it. But if you really watch WrestleMania 9, sucked.
Oh, I know. Well, it had that sweet Shawn Michaels Tatanka, right?
That sweet Shawn Michaels Tatanka match.
Shawn Michaels Tatanka. There was that really sweet Lex
You had
Luger
double
interest.
doinks.
Double Doink was dope.
Double Doinks was cool. Double Doinks
You had
was
Bobby
cool.
Heenan coming out on a camel backwards.
Absolutely. Finkus Maximus.
Finkus Maximus.
You had the Undertaker in chloroform.
And the Vulture, though.
The Vulture was banging.
And then you had the brother saving the day.
Yeah. Again, visually a really fucking cool Mania. But
13's a 2-match card for me, Charlie. 13 is the submission match and Undertaker Sid.
Because Undertaker won.
Because I'm an Undertaker mark.
Right.
And Undertaker was in the gray.
Came back out with the gray, and then he won the title.
Done, man.
Not a great match, though.
I loved it.
You loved it because of how he
No,
was
I loved the match.
What was so bad about LT versus Bam Bam?
Nothing was wrong with LT Bam Bam. I think that's the best. Like, that's the second best match on the card.
Really?
Yeah.
It might have been the second best match on the card, but that ain't saying much.
That's Bret Hart and Bob Backlund in a submission match, right?
Yeah.
But 11 bad.
Pam Anderson was out there.
Yeah.
Just looking hot as shit.
That was Diesel Shawn 1.
That was like Pam Anderson, height of her powers.
Right, with Jenny McCarthy.
Without question,
Yeah.
height of her
For
powers.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Scotty asked, are Black and Ricochet winning both tag belts, NXT and Raw?
No, sir.
No, I don't think they're going to win the NXT titles. I don't even know if they win the Raw titles.
They don't.
To be honest.
I don't think so.
Here's the thing. This is a great way to introduce them and to get people to buy into both of them.
I guarantee they get split at the Superstar Shakeup.
Yes, they are not long for the tag team world, and they shouldn't be.
Aleister Black is a SmackDown talent.
Yes.
Send him to SmackDown.
100% agree.
Ricochet, that is Raw Red. Like, he is going to be
I should have played his music for St. Patty's Day as well, Rick O'Shea.
Yeah. Neva. But yeah, Ricochet. That's so is. But Ricochet is a Raw act. Like, I think they get split. NXT TakeOver is looking to be pretty
Oh my God!
good.
Did you guys see the fucking spoilers? For
I
that?
sure did.
I did
Jim.
not.
Wow.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk spoilers.
Yeah, I don't
unless
we don't typically do spoilers.
But they announced everything.
But fucking wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll look him up off air because I won't. I'll keep him off the show here. I don't need any more points for myself.
Yo, you're gonna talk about Brawl for All, Charlie? Bruh, I loved seeing Bart Gunn get his head rocked.
Get his head
by
Butterbean.
Butterbean. And Dr. Frank Roma Savage right there. I mean to ask him. So he's usually the doctor for the Excellence events. And Dr. Roma Savage is notorious for being the guy who stitched up Mankind after the Hell in a Cell match. Yep. But also he was one of the first doctors to tend to Bart Gunn. And I just want to find a time where I can talk to Dr. Frank and just be like, hey man, I don't want to sound like a mark, but can you tell me how effed up Bart Gunn was during Brawl for All? Like, how bad did Butterbean rock his shit? Because that man bobbleheaded off the bottom rope.
Oof.
He got what we like to affectionately called shit whipped. That dude was $1 million babied out.
Yeah, he was in a bad way there. The only other The only other thing for SmackDown, we got the official announcement: Shane versus Miz at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I will go, and I love to have fun with Matt and Shane McMahon and all that.
Yeah.
I will say this: if Shane McMahon beats the Miz at WrestleMania, which he won't, I'm going to be mad. I will be very.
Do you want me to give you a live look at me if Shane McMahon beats the Miz?
No, because I don't want you to burn down my house.
No. But just to give you a little taste.
Okay.
So set the screen. My eyes are closed.
So it's WrestleMania.
Yep.
You got the Miz.
Yep.
Shane's a shade of purple we've never seen
Yep,
before.
got it.
Yep. The old bell rings.
Ding ding.
And oh shit, where's the goddamn music? Where's the music?
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
No, folks.
Oh no. Oh, the jacket's off. And jacket down, hat. Oh, that hat didn't make as
He's
much
stomping
good
it
of a
out.
sound.
He's stomping it.
Oh, shoes are off.
Shoes are off, folks. You know what's next.
Oh no. Oh, and he kicked the shoe.
I thought he was going to drop kick him.
Yeah, don't. I like the walls. Oh, he elbowed it. He dropped
the
it.
elbow. Folks, this is not a padded floor.
You can watch it. Fat man almost knocked
took
that
the camera out.
clean out.
Oh, this is
Okay,
not
Tim,
good.
we get it. We get it, Tim. Tim.
He's got a
Tim,
family.
it's dead. It's dead.
All this activity, you might give yourself another heart attack.
Come on, Tim. Come on,
Breathe
Tim.
in, breathe out.
It
just looks like he fell.
Come on, Tim. Shake it off, buddy. Shake it off, buddy. It'll
Tim,
be
you're going to
okay.
go back and watch that elbow, and it's literally going to look like he just fell over.
It's okay.
It was
It's all right.
great.
It was a good moment.
was a
But
good
yeah,
moment.
I will be.
Oh, he's gassed, folks.
Here's the thing. I will not be Zack Ryder wins ladder match level angry, but I will be very upset.
That's fair.
If the Miz loses to Shane McMahon. So Matt, you will have me in your corner on WrestleMania
There's
Day.
actually nothing I want more now than for Shane McMahon to win, so I can throw it in all of your faces.
That your
for
guy
how
won.
long you have crowed about how Shane McMahon is a fair comp for anyone. You weren't angry that AJ Styles, who you think is the no, never mind. I'm not. Okay. Moving on.
Let's move on. Harlem Heat getting into the WWE.
You were okay with Shane wrestling AJ Styles, the best wrestler in the planet, and Miz losing to him is what would be too much for you.
Yes.
That is correct, sir.
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay.
Because Shane McMahon is a great sports entertainer.
Is he
Yes.
a great one?
Yes. Shane McMahon gets moments better than almost anybody,
I will agree with that statement.
which makes him a great sports entertainer.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Not wrestler,
Right.
not a wrestler,
We're not talking wrestling.
sports entertainer.
Sports entertainment. It's different. You can't compare wrestling and sports entertainment. They're not the same.
NXT is all that wrestling.
Yeah, they're wrestlers. Harlem Heat getting into the WWE Hall of Fame. Few of their highlights: Cauliflower Alley Club Team Award, Tag Team Award in 2018. They were the PWI Tag Team of the Year in 1995 and 1996. They were ranked 62 out of 100 in the best teams of the PWI years.
And that's really low.
And they were WCW World Tag Team Champions 10
times. Yep, that's
10
right.
times.
10 times.
Absolutely deserving of this spot. I wasn't as much of a WCW guy as Tim was. But I mean, a great tag team for WCW for a very long time. Obviously being in New York, geographically accurate to this one.
Except Harlem Heat is a Texas tag team.
Oh, well, that
billed from 110th Street in Harlem, New York.
Right. But
it's good to see Kane and Cole going.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No pun intended towards
I didn't
Ryan.
expect to see a stable and a tag team go in.
Well, I think we were talking about the Hart Foundation, which I think this announcement probably puts the squash on that one.
Without question.
Because you're not going to go stable tag team. So I guess the Hart Foundation will have to wait for another year, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, absolutely deserving. We're going to kind of pump through a lot of this stuff here just to, in the interest of time. A report from Fightful.com this week said that there has been a major pitch by several names of influence within the WWE to get an all-women's match on one of the upcoming Saudi Arabia shows this year. Obviously no confirmation that it's actually going to happen, but it's something many within the WWE are angling for. First off, if this happens, obviously, because these shows are not stopping. People can obviously choose to not watch them, but I think this would be great if they can make this happen. Now, Ryan, and I think Matt, you haven't watched the Saudi shows either, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if there is a women's match or women's matches on the card, will that change you at all?
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
That easy. That was my gripe at the first one. I couldn't care about like the whole death thing, and that didn't matter to me as much as the woman thing. Absolutely.
Okay.
No questions asked.
Yeah, and I would hope that a lot of the people, if that was the real complaint, because I know some people are, also look at the blood money aspect of it. So I could understand them continuing to not watch those shows.
That blood washes out, baby.
Right, but but if
Scotty still won with the Taco Bell.
if that is people's gripe, obviously I think it would hold. But if their complaint is that no women's matches, then then I hope that would change it up. Charlie asks because he was thinking about it earlier at work, who, if anybody, would be the celebrity induction this year? Tim?
Regis Philbin.
Oh, Regis would be a good one. I still say Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah,
tying it back to the original one and being in New York. Matt, who would you throw in the celebrity wing?
I really like Regis now that Tim said that.
Yeah, Regis is a solid one.
Regis did, not only was he on camera and helped things on camera, but he was one of the only adopters of WWE talent coming on to live daytime television back during the Carney days.
That's true.
Like Undertaker.
I think Arsenio had people on. Obviously, that was late
Yeah, but
night.
that's late, and I think he only had like Randy Savage. Like I can't think of
Warrior.
He had Warrior too, but like.
I mean, Regis had Warrior too.
Regis
right?
had Warrior, Savage,
Oh, Regis
Hulk,
had a lot.
Yeah.
Rick Rude.
Okay, that's solid.
He put over a lot.
Regis or Cyndi Lauper. I think either of those would be fine. Yeah, Charlie, if you throw yours up there as well. Stephanie McMahon, in an interview with The National,
the inventor of women's wrestling.
The inventor of women's wrestling, Stephanie McMahon, was asked about a second Evolution pay-per-view. She said, "We haven't announced any plans yet for Evolution, but we have a lot of things in the works right now. One thing that is important to note with Evolution was that it was our first ever all-women's streaming special pay-per-view that trended #1 worldwide for 2.5 hours. During the last game of the World Series and during Sunday Night Football, both huge audiences in the United States, but it was Evolution that was trending #1. So, I mean, here's the thing. I think, and not that if they can get a women's match or women's matches on a Saudi show, that should automatically cancel out another Evolution show, because I'm on board for another Evolution show. I thought Evolution was great. But from a company standpoint, if they can get women's matches onto Saudi show or Saudi shows in 2019, that kind of may be their, PR campaign of the year or whatever. Not that women's wrestling should become a PR campaign, but I think Evolution, not that it wasn't being planned anyway, but I think it was somewhat an answer to the Saudi shows. I think we were all
make good.
Yeah, it was a make good for the Saudi shows. So I think the Saudi show situation would have a play on an Evolution 2, at least in 2019.
Yeah, I have unpopular opinion. I think Evolution should stand alone as a one-time thing.
Okay.
Like, I think that it's it's lightning in a bottle. It's magic in a bottle. I felt the same way about ECW One Night Stand. First,
gotcha.
That's a good point.
First ECW One Night Stand was absolutely fantastic and made WWE a lot of money, and they ran it back. And I don't think they need it. Like,
I mean, I feel like the second one made him a lot of money. It just wasn't good.
it did, and I think it went to the well too often. And I just think that, you know, the WWE doesn't need to do an all women's event. Like, feature the women.
Well, they already do the Mae Young Classic,
which is fine, but they also used to do the King of the Ring, and they did the Best in the World tournament, and they do for the longest time they did just the Royal Rumble, and they did the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal before they did the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania.
It was the women's fallopian tube.
But like,
so where we sit today, Evolution is a mystery.
Evolution 2 is a mystery.
That's true. Charlie says, tying back to the celebrity wing, Alice Cooper.
Possibly, I
don't think it needs to happen in New York.
Yeah, I don't know about Alice Cooper.
Jesus.
I mean,
Lou says an Evolution pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Now that is groundbreaking,
without question.
Yeah, there it is. Folks.
There it is.
There it is.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ding,
but
ding.
Yeah,
take
I
it
think
or leave it, Saudi.
Alice Cooper, I think, can go in most anywhere.
I mean, this is just my ignorance. Outside of what he did with like Jake, what else was Alice Cooper involved in?
That's it.
Was that Mania 3?
I mean, 5.
5? Was that?
I mean, to be
Slam? I don't even know when
to
it
be
was.
fair, I mean, he probably did do more than like Drew Carey did.
That's a good point.
Like, what did Drew Carey do?
He was in a Royal Rumble.
Carey was actually in a Rumble, yeah.
So they're about equal.
They're about.
Yeah, I mean, trying to split
Royal
hairs.
Rumble carried a snake.
I mean,
you know, what would you rather do?
Like WWE used some Kid Rock songs as theme songs, and he got into the WWE.
That's
Hall
also
of
a
Fame.
really
so,
good
like,
point there.
You know what I mean? It's a celebrity wing for a reason.
Well, Kid Rock's done so much for the WWE.
Like,
he's partnered with them for a tribute to the troops.
Damn it, you're
longtime fan. Like this was back before like they started using his songs for pay-per-views. Like he was always doing live performances. Remember when Kid Rock and Joe C were a part of Raw? They were incorporated with like a
you could have
an
stopped.
angle.
You could have stopped that tribute to the troops.
Yeah,
well, I'm just saying.
Like performing on Motley Crue performed on Monday Night Raw. I don't think they're WWE Hall of Famers.
No, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
that,
they did bring Test to us though because he was their bodyguard.
I mean, that could be a legitimate thing, if we still acknowledge Test. But like that's
I don't know if we do
that's
or
my
not.
thing about like when people try to parse out who belongs in the Hall of Fame and who doesn't, because everybody who goes in, like, they have a legitimate reason to go in.
Right, like, and
Except
here's the thing too.
Beware.
I can really fight you on the Coco
it's
Beware
a
one.
sports entertainment Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Let's not overthink it.
Coco Beware really pivotal on the.
Was he hospitable as well?
Yeah, he was pivotal in the rock and wrestling era. Without him, the Pile Driver album would not have happened.
All right, long live Kofi Kingston.
What?
Why are we talking about Kofi Kingston?
Whatever.
Coco Beware?
Coco Beware. Kofi. That's all the same to me.
Woof.
All right.
That's not.
I think
fuck
you
guys.
just.
Fuck you guys. Not all what I meant. You fucking.
They all
asshole.
look alike. Is that what you're
That's
trying to
not
say?
at all. Yep, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I
I'll
think-
call myself the loser this
There
week
you
without
go.
much
You're-
argument, but that's not what I meant.
It's been a long time since you've gone down that road, Ryan. But here we are.
Road am I
Just like
going
old
down?
times.
Jesus Christ. That was a hard fucking turn.
It was. On this week's Total Bellas, Brie announced to her
Don't say it,
family
Jim. Do we
that
even
she
need to
is
talk about
retired.
Bye.
Play the music, please.
Bye, Felicia.
She is retired from in-ring competition.
Bye. This is so much better than the actual theme. Yeah, this hits.
This does. It's right here in the heart.
It's really good. That's a really good theme. When you set it at like regular speed, it's absolute garbage.
I will bring up.
Much happier.
Yeah.
Much happier.
Horrible theme.
That theme would have never been this much of a part of this show if it wasn't for Notre Dame losing to. I got to bring it back. Brie Bella retiring from in-ring competition effective following the Evolution pay-per-view in October. On the episode, she said, "I love WWE, but the one thing I learned is that I can't do everything. I just can't." She says, even though she'll miss the WWE, I know deep down that I'm making the right decision, that the boots have to be hung, that I need to go back to Phoenix and just put more concentration on the things that are in my future instead of what was in my past.
Damn shame.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Damn shame.
I don't know. I don't know what if or when we're ever getting Nikki back. Like Nikki.
Well, Nikki's gone on record to saying that like Evolution was like her last match.
I don't think she has ever actually said that.
I thought I saw it on like there was like a doc or something on WWE.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't recall that.
Like I don't think she said like she was like this is the culmination of like an 11-year journey for me. She didn't outright say like this is the last match, but she had some cryptic words.
Well, I think and on this week's Total Bellas, it was she was saying that this was kind of the biggest moment of her career because it's main eventing the first women's pay-per-view with Ronda Rousey, like, and I think maybe that's what she meant. They came in at a time when the women's wrestling picture was dramatically different than what it is today. So
I don't need either of them. Buy both.
I mean, I will always take my Nikki back, but
bye.
Yeah, I don't think even if she does return, she's not long for this world anymore.
Girl, bye.
WWE recently filed a new trademark for Tough Enough.
Fine.
There's a long description as to what that means, but I'm not gonna read the full long description. Here's what I'll say. Even though the most recent season was pretty god awful,
what are you talking about now?
Let's not lose sight of the fact that it did bring us
alligator
quite a few superstars that are currently either on the main roster product or the NXT product. So
that was okay with easy.
And unfortunately, one of those people that was brought to us that was part of that most recent season of Tough Enough, Chelsea Green, was making her NXT debut last night and broke her wrist.
Rip.
And is now out for a little while. Had surgery today, so we wish her the absolute best.
I heard the doctors, they were talking about her X-rays for her wrist, and they just said that her X-rays for her wrist were just a hot mess.
Former guest of this show, but we wish her the absolute best.
I appreciate it.
And here's the thing, like, I loved the original Tough Enough. I loved, in some weird sick way, the most recent version.
I love ZZ
of Tough Enough. If it wasn't for Tough Enough, we wouldn't have this great clip.
What's your favorite match?
My favorite match was with Melina and Alicia Fox.
Who?
You know what I mean? So
that clip never gets old.
No.
Like anytime you play it, it always just brings a smile to my face, no matter what.
Yeah. So
you were a Cameron girl for a while, weren't you?
I was never right.
I could have sworn you
that
were.
That was the thing.
No, this is fake news.
Like, big guy over here
news.
has Bob.
You are fake news.
And you had Cameron.
No.
Like, I'm sure it was like an
Nope. No.
Why not?
Fucking sure of it.
Why is she not for you, Jim?
She wasn't a good wrestler.
I could have sworn.
Now
you defended her unless I just picked on you because you didn't like her.
I think I disliked her that much that you guys used to say that she was my favorite.
Maybe that's how it played out. I don't remember.
I mean, based on what Ryan said earlier, he may not like her, but she was not a good wrestler.
She was doing great. I was a big Funkadactyl fan.
See, I did not like what was
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay. I did not.
I love Brodus Clay.
Oh, it was horrible.
Somebody call. I really. The only thing I didn't like is he stole the Cats theme.
He sure as hell did.
Yeah, the whole thing was garbage.
Somebody please
all garbage.
call my mom.
So we got Patrick Clark.
I don't know who that is.
Huh?
I don't recognize.
So we
that
got
name.
the Velveteen Dream out of Good Enough.
Dream.
Tough enough, good enough,
good enough,
Mandy,
good enough.
Sonya Deville,
and Mandy Rose,
Chelsea
and Sonya
Green.
Deville. Oh, Chelsea Green. Yeah, that's a good point.
So
who else is on that card?
That's 4 out of 12 people that were in. There's not. I don't think there's anybody else that's.
Neither of the winners did anything, right? Like Sarah.
No, Sarah's gone.
Oh yeah, I think Sarah started a
What's the guy's
family
name?
and the Yeti or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck his name is.
Sarah's married to forgotten son Wesley Blake.
Who was the Yeti guy?
No,
ZZ won.
Action Bronson or whatever.
ZZ
the fuck
did not win.
Oh, didn't ZZ win?
No, the big.
Oh, Josh
No.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Because he could do that. Like the people were like, he's great.
And he was really big and tall.
Infuriated me to know it.
Yeah, he was.
They call me the Yeti.
Douche.
Like there wasn't a Yeti in wrestling already.
No, there wasn't a Yeti.
There was a Yeti.
A Yeti.
Yeah.
A Yeti.
I would have rather had the Yeti win Tough Enough than that.
It was great.
guy.
It was great to have Patrick. We did really good with that, Joe. We actually had all of the cast-offs on the next
The
night.
cast-offs.
We had
Better call
it
them.
was the Australian lady
Gigi.
Ooh,
We
how,
had-
how was that accent?
We had her.
Nobody knows Gigi.
It was good.
that
I
much.
like an Australian accent.
That accent was great.
We had Gigi. We had Patrick
Georgia
Clark.
Pashina.
We had Chelsea Green on this show. Was that on Sonya? Well, yeah, Daria now Sonya Deville.
Sonja.
So yeah, I'm on board. And again, I'm a reality TV sucker. We're less than a month away from the return of Ms. and Mrs. Total Bellas is still a thing. Total Divas is coming
And
around.
Just as a reminder, Maurice is roll tide.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You want to know? Mandy Rose is false advertising. She is not God's greatest
No,
creation.
God, no. She's not. Yeah, no,
Nah, she.
no. Maurice is the answer.
She just, oof, God.
And the final thing I have, I think it was Friday of last week, was some buzz of this. First came out that Anderson and Gallows were possibly planning on leaving the WWE when their contracts expire, either late this summer or early in the fall. Carl Anderson took to social media Monday. He posted a video of his 7-year-old son saying, "My dad says don't believe everything you read." So whether or not they're leaving, we don't know. I mean, if we're talking late summer, early fall, we're not even officially in spring yet. So there's still plenty of time for that to be worked out one way or the other. Here's what I will say. If they are staying, I would hope that the WWE at some point starts using them a little better. I think when they came in, there was a lot of hope. You bring them in, you have AJ. Was AJ on the roster when they first dropped? Because I know Finn was. I can't remember.
AJ's been here for, a year and 2 years?
3 years he's been here. This is his third.
This is the start of his third year?
Yes.
Royal Rumble was the start of his third year.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm sure he was here.
Okay. So you had two former heads of the Bullet Club, and then Gallows and Anderson show up. Like, I think there was a lot more hope than we've gotten out of these two guys. And what could have been if they leave WWE, okay. If they stay, I'm fine both ways. I would just hope they get utilized a little better than they have.
I mean, they could say a lot about that with a lot of other tag teams too.
Oh, sure.
Like the Ascension.
Hashtag give tag teams a chance. Let's get that one going a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
it worked for the women. Let's get it going with tag teams.
Yeah, like the Colognes They're a great
The Colons?
team. The Colons. They're a great team. The Ascension's a great team. And unfortunately, the Fashion Police, but they got injured out with Fandango. But
Fandango.
I need more Breezango in my life.
yeah, Fandango. There's actually there's a series on WWE the PC.
Okay.
WWE PC has a YouTube channel, and their Fandango is on his road to recovery. He's finally
That's
cleared,
good.
so now he's in the ring and he's bumping around. And
Good.
Yeah.
Guy's got tattoos all over his body.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It is weird to see him like in shorts. Like, you don't see them in like in the
bell bottoms,
right? You don't see them.
Again, yeah, it's. I hope that tag team wrestling becomes a little bit more, because like if you look at the tag team picture, there's so many teams that are just two singles guys thrown together, and there's so much time invested in them. Like even Ricochet and Aleister Black. Like this has been fun. I mean,
but what a good way to bring up NXT talent compared to like the way that they brought up EC3 with like a video package and then put them on main event.
Yeah,
like at least they're bringing up those NXT guys,
true,
and using them.
Yeah,
and utilizing them.
I agree. But like, I wish they would put as much effort into actual tag teams,
yes,
as they do two single stars thrown into a tag team.
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? You had Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Rude and Gable. Like, those are four single stars.
Yeah,
you know,
Rusev and Nakamura.
The former SmackDown tag team champions. Right. Well, yeah. I didn't even think about the Bar being them. Miz and Shane.
Right, well,
I mean, they're that's what's dominating.
Right. It's there's.
I almost look at the Bar like a tag team now, though.
Yeah,
I do. It worked, but again, they put a lot of effort, because when that team was first thrown together,
it was from the best of seven.
It was.
Yep.
It was. Why are they a tag team?
It made sense to me.
Right, great opponents, best of seven.
They
put together,
yeah, and they
had to
came
make it
together.
work.
And I love
to
how
elevate them, and I think they were.
And
a great example of it working.
Right, but they've gone to that well how many times before it worked really well with them?
Fair, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that wasn't the first time they did that either. So that's all. That's my only point, is I wish they would put that much effort into, because the Ascension could be really good. You know, Breezango could be really good. Like, there's a lot of teams that could be really good.
Breezango really is the Franken team too, like put together.
They are,
right.
But
Tyler
I think,
Breeze
but I mean, how great were the fucking like Law and Order fucking
Fashion
Files shows?
Great.
Like, you know what I mean? So then you look at them as a tag team, and unfortunately, the injury bug bit them hard there.
I mean, are there many tag teams though that are not? I mean, look at the New Day; those were three single stars thrown together.
But they chose to come together.
They chose to come together as a trio, not even just necessarily a tag
because
team.
that was
on like, SmackDown. What is it? Just the Usos?
Usos and the Hardy Boys.
Well, that's the Hardy Boys now. The Hardy Boys had been on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, it's crazy to think like the Bar is the closest thing to the real tag team that they
true.
have.
Wow. Yeah. But you know what I mean?
What if Finn Balor dropped his Intercontinental Championship for a big thing to happen? Because that was kind of the rumor. Something big is going to happen with Balor. Have you seen those internet rumors?
No, I have not.
That he dropped the championship to do something big at WrestleMania. What if that is an actual formation of a Balor club?
Sign me
and
up.
We see these two guys finally fall in place under Finn Balor with an actual Balor club style thing.
I think I'm going to have to wait and hold off and see what happens on Tuesday.
Do you know who would be great to slide into that Balor club? Dean Ambrose.
No.
Here's the thing. Like, on Raw, you have the Revival. You also have the AOP. Like,
AOP's hurt.
Oh, are they hurt?
Really?
Is that why they're...
Occam is hurt.
Damn it, Occam. Why? Yeah, there are just a lot of
the B team. They were thrown together.
B team were thrown together. Yeah, I actually scrolling through the roster. They're just
crazy to think.
So many thrown. I mean, even Ryder and Hawkins have been. I mean, it's been.
That's a tag team that they came back together. But Dean Ambrose or Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, another one. Like, Well, I think technically the colons are SmackDown.
They are.
I don't think we're saying that right still, believe it or not. I just don't
here-
know.
I enjoyed them more as the Los Matadores.
What?
I mean, I enjoyed Los Matadores more than the Cologne.
I mean, it's a shame that Los Matadores had
Went
to
away.
leave.
Yeah, I know. It was a shame. I wish
Diego and
Fuego or Fernando.
Fuego. Jesus. Diego and
Points.
Fuego.
Points.
Mark me down for some points, please.
It's Fernando and Diego.
Yeah, Fernando, Diego, and El Torito.
El Torito.
I mean, the club.
One of the coolest little cards that I have, because I still collect like wrestling cards,
Like a
had
child.
Because you're 12.
Because I'm 12. Absolutely. Fuck you guys. Had a relic
As we
card.
just have Funko Pops and wrestling buddies,
wrestling
and
buddies for Christ's
all
sake.
sorts of shit.
Had part of the mask instead of like a shirt relic or like a matte relic. It was a mask relic
Interesting.
of the Diego.
The club are SmackDown Live property, correct?
The Good Brothers, yes.
The Good Brother. Okay, so that is an actual tag team on SmackDown that should probably
okay.
be invested in a bit. But yeah, there's a lot of
Sanity as a group.
Sanity.
Sanity's there.
Who's that guy? Go back.
By the way, my right side hurts real bad.
Oh, the other Cologne. Okay, primo.
You dropped an elbow, Tim. It's a hard floor, for Christ's sake. We
I know,
told you
but
not to.
there was. You didn't say anything about me dropping an elbow.
We let him.
I told you not to do what you were going to do.
Oh well.
I just thought you were going to throw the jacket.
Oh well, I thought so too, and then the spirit moved, and I just. You're lucky I didn't get naked.
Can I have a witness?
We are all lucky you didn't get naked. But again, I hope that in 2019 WWE hashtag gives tag team a chance. Do you guys have anything else before we wrap up?
Well, apparently Golden Tate signed with the Giants.
Yeah, it happened today.
Did it happen? Oh, I missed it. Okay. Nothing.
Nah, I got nothing.
The Cleveland Browns went dick out, by the way.
They did.
They're just full on dick out. And they don't care.
They don't even care.
Oh, I do. I totally care.
No, they don't care.
Oh, they don't care. Well, they have money.
Hell yeah, they have money.
Yeah. What other team went balls out? The
that's fun.
49ers are doing work.
The 49ers are doing some work. Ravens doing a little bit.
Reactionary.
Well, yeah, when you have some guys leave, you have to react to it. Matt, anything else to add? And if not, make sure you give the Woman of the Week for this week in your Twitter.
Woman of the Week this week is Miss Sarah J, wrestler down in New Zealand. So go ahead and give her page a view. It's at Miss_Sarah J. Intern Mark and I recorded an interview the other week with Samira, backstage interview with Hardcore Hustle Organization. So visit the website, 3countthursday.com. Go to the website exclusive interviews. You can check that one out. A lot of fun. Thanks again to her for being on the show. And you can follow me on Twitter. You got about a month until NBA playoffs start when I become really unbearable. So, at 3CT, the letter A, Philly is in Philadelphia, and the number 8, 3CT affiliate.
All right, Matt, you heading out to any shows this weekend?
This weekend, no. We'll touch on it next week, but the 23rd is going to be WSU's return, so I'm going to be checking that one out. And we'll touch on that later.
All right, well, we'll talk to you next week then.
Yep, have a good night, guys.
All right, see you, Matt. Tim. Diego and El Fuego. What an asshole I am.
That's so good.
I really am a
La
dick.
Bamba and Chimichanga.
Oh, you're making me hungry. Tim, where can people follow you?
At Not the Tool Man across all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat if you care. Also 3 days a week, sometimes 4. I stream on twitch.tv/Not the Tool Man. We are playing through Marvel's Spider-Man. Really fun playthrough. I suggest you all come by. Devin comes through every so often. The open invite is there. Feel free to come by, hang out. We'll be streaming tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Stream lasts about 3 or 4 hours. Come by, say hi, hang out, and watch me struggle through video games. Also, I work for a independent professional wrestling company known as Excellence Professional Wrestling. We are back.
Yes.
And our first show back is also on April 13th, 7 p.m. bell time. No name for the show yet, but it is going to be fun. I know we're all itching to get back into the Forest Lodge in Sellersville. Hey, Edgar. And, other than that, have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And for those of you who are partying a little hard for St. Patrick's Day, please be smart.
Yes.
Don't drive drunk. Get an Uber. Get a friend. We don't need nobody having no accidents, and nobody need no Deweys.
That's absolutely correct. All right, Ryan.
Hashtag no Deweys. Look, I want to take this time real quick, not to talk about myself, but I want to just send our thoughts and prayers to RJ Meyer, known as the Bruiser down in MCW. Today just announced that he has been diagnosed and is battling leukemia himself. Going to take some time off away from the ring. It sounds like this is something that's treatable. So, Bruiser, kick leukemia's ass. Hashtag cancer sucks.
Yes,
and our thoughts are with you.
You can follow Ryan at RYN Eagle. He tweets like twice a week.
That's true.
But he goes on like really big like sprees. Like,
oh yeah,
that happened.
Yo, my Twitter feed blew up when it was just like. He liked like 75 posts in like 3 minutes. It's a world record.
I shit you not. The one day I came home from work and Ryan must have logged into his Twitter because my phone just was. And my wife goes, "Boy, you're popular." I go, "Nah, Ryan just logged into Twitter." And she's like, "You're kidding, right?" And I just opened up the phone and I showed her the notification. It said Ryan Miller. I think at that point it was like liked 23 tweets. Yeah.
Impressive.
He gets that hot finger, man, when he starts scrolling through.
Bam, bam, bam.
We want to thank everybody for listening here with us tonight. We, if you have a chance, get out and check out some independent wrestling this weekend. Also, make sure you visit the home network of our show, NGSC Sports, by going to ngscsports.com. Also, the sponsor of this show, Alicia's Pillows and Things. Find home decor at great low prices. Pillows, stools featuring your favorite sports teams, kids, cartoon and movie characters, and much more, along with full body and neck pillows. Go to ngscsports.com. Find the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage and place your order. Make sure you go to 3countthursday.com. That is where you can find everything related to us. Social media, YouTube, our merchandise page, our Patreon, patreon.com/3countthursday, the collar and elbow brand deal, and much, much more. All of our social media. Until next time, folks, again, stay safe, stay smart, and always go for the pin.